We'll go back to Canva. We are going to create the inside of our book. We've created this one. If you see my screen, we've created this one like this. So we're now creating this one. And now don't forget what I said. The measurement for that one is going to be 7.5 times 9.25. So we'll take the same process again. We'll create 7.5 by 9.25. We'll come back to that same screen that we had, and then we'll put our measurement there. And when we put our measurement there, we'll create design. It's going to bring us into a very clean, I forgot to put the measurement, sir. We put 7.5, 9.25, 9.25. So when we do that, then we click on create design. Now let's go back to Amazon. You need to understand the trim of your book. So there are two things to understand here. There's one thing we call bleed, and there's something else we call no bleed. So you need to understand what it means. Amazon has one thing about Amazon that I love is all the information are there, but people do not read. They still make that mistake. I know about two clients that I had. They were having troubles uploading their book, and that's because they missed out the book measurements. So you know we have done the first one, which is the book cover measurement. This is it. We have done that. I made it easy for you by just going to the Amazon calculator, but you need to understand your trim sizes. You need to read this to understand that. But we've done the summary of using the Amazon calculator to get our book. But also you need to understand what bleed means. So if you don't understand what bleed means, there are two types. So this is it. If you have anything at the edge of your pages and you click on bleed, this is how your book will come out. But if you click on no bleed, your book will be centered in the middle. So you need to understand um, what your book entails and how you want it to come out. So we're going to take the first one, which is bleed. So we'll read it here. We'll go to 7.9 and 25. This is it here. Now, I said I want my book to look like it should have bleed with it. So let me show you what that means. This is what bleed looks like. So I'm choosing this one with bleed. The reason why I'm choosing this with bleed, that to do this, if you look at my left, because I'm making a journal, and if I do it like this, I'm just worried like I might not be able to get it faster. The easier way for me is I'm not worrying, since it's a journal book, I'm not worrying like what the edge of the beginning of my page will look like. So that's what I'm going for. So when I open this one, it has told me here that if I'm going to do a book with bleed, right, I need to measure the edge of my book to 0.375. So if I go back to the empty page that I have for my inner books, which is this one, just to create the lines in my book, I've already done that here, but let me just show you. It's very easy. So what I do is if you look at the edge of my Canva, there is a measurement here. So this has told me that the edge of my inner book should be 0.375. I will drag the ruler to 0. If you look at, you'll see that there is a number moving when I'm moving my my lines. Just look at it very well. You'll see that there is a number moving. So I'm going to look for 0.375. So this is 0.395. I'm okay. I can still move it a bit. The 395 is okay, to be honest, because I'm using my eyeball. I'm fine. So long as it's more than or it is 0.375. So I'll take that. And then the same thing, I will do it down. I'll drag the ruler. And then one thing you should know is that if you successfully create your book format, you can use that book format to create as much books that you want. Drawing books, color books, different kinds of books. You just need to know the exact book format that you want to create. And if you have problems creating one, you can always Slack me. You can always reach out to me. I have already done for you format that I can give you at a cost, but not so much cost, that I have different book format that I can give you for you to start creating your own book, or I have book formats that I can give you that you can start creating your book. But like I said, once you are able to figure this out, the next time you are creating a book will just be very easy. So once we have figured this out, see, then I can now create the lines for my book. So I used my eyeballs. If you look at it, it's somewhat the same measurement, but not exactly. But I'm okay because it at least is up to this. It's 0.375 or more, but not less than 0.375. This is one of the book that I created. This is a children journal. So see, once it's printed, you have no worries that everything comes out aligned and in the same um, dimension with your front cover. See? Right. So then we can create our lines very easy. You just go to elements, you type line, you look for line, and then it will bring out different types of lines. So I just need this one, and I'm going to put it here. This is too thick, but yes, we can reduce it. I'll just put it on top of here, and then I will change it on top to reduce the weight. If it's too thick, I've reduced it to 1. So I'll just drag it to the end. Because I said I want it with bleed, so I don't mind. I'm dragging it as much as I want. So I'm dragging it because I'm not worrying about whatever it cuts out from the edge of the book. I'm not worried about that. Whatever I'm concerned about is in the middle of the book. So when I've done that, I want more of that line. So I will control copy and paste it and then put that again and then just drag it. And then I can highlight these 2 lines that I just created, highlight it, and then control copy, then control paste, paste as much as I want, and then highlight it again, highlight all the lines that I just created. Excuse me, right click to tidy up here. So it will align it for me, and then I can now put it in the middle, arrange it as much as I want, then maybe drag this there. Right. So we have our exercise book somewhat almost ready. Not exactly, we just do the finishing lines of this. Okay. So we have created one page. Very easy. We've created one page. To create the second page is going to be a breeze. All you just need to do is duplicate the page. So I'm just using my eyeballs to make sure that everything is fine. Okay, somewhat I think I'm okay with this one. So what do I want to put in my notebook? Since I'm creating a personal notebook for her, I would like to put something that will make her, when she opens a page, the page of her book, she wants to say something nice. So I'm going to create another page. And then maybe I can put like an affirmation or something. I'll put this one. So I just created this page. Maybe I want this page to be the first page. It's left to right. So when she opens the book, the first page she sees is this book, is this page. Then when she turns to the next page, she sees this one. This one is better. I just put this design from it's a design. I got it from Element. If you look at my left here, you go to Element, you can get different types of design. So that's where I got that from. That's where I got the star from, just to make the notebook look nice. Now, I have only 2 pages. So what do? I want to create 150 pages. So I'm going to duplicate this 2. So I clicked on duplicate. Then I can highlight the page 2 and then copy, control copy, and then paste until I get 150 pages. Okay, that's it. We have 49. So if you are very intentional about maybe you have kids that are already in high school, you want to personalize their books for them. And maybe when they go to school, their classmate like, I love your book. Where did you get it from? This is another venue for you to do that. You can personalize kids' books and sell them on Amazon. Amazon will print them for you. It's always nice. Your child has a notebook that reminds them of who they are. They just open the book, say the affirmation, and like that. So we're going to copy and make sure that we have 150 pages. So this is 49. I will just click on the first one and then I will highlight as much as I can. and then control copy, and then control paste to make sure I get 150 pages. Okay, let's see how many pages I have now. So remember I mentioned that it's from left to right, right? So imagine you opening the book like this. The first page is page 1, and then page 2 is the back of the book. Page 3 is the next page, and then page 4 is the back of page 3. So just imagine it like that. That's what all these pages look like.
Okay, thank you. That makes
Oh,
sense.
okay, yeah.
Thank you.
So it's going to be, you're welcome. So it's going to be a manuscript. So you are only imagining it by building the book. The good thing about it is that once you have uploaded the book on Amazon, you can request a sample to see how your book looks like. And if you like it, it's fine. If you want to make additional changes, you can always do that. So once you have this, now we will go ahead and download our book. Now, I told you that you can write whatever you want, but because of time, we just have just one writing here, which makes sense here, just not to have an empty note, an empty journal. So at least this person knows that, okay, this book is so personalized for me, and I can write whatever I want to write. So we're going to download the book in PDF, and we would say PDF print. The reason why we're using PDF print is that you want it to come out nice. There's PDF emailing if you're emailing the book by electronical means, like digital means, but PDF print is the option we will go for. And we are going to download everything. So it's going to go to my computer, then we'll go back to Amazon.